Hi, my video here is about how to install a roof rack on a 2009 Buick Enclave. What you see here is the finished product. This car has the roof rack already installed, and I wanted to show you what it's like. And also explain to you, why do you need a roof rack? You see, in our car, we are going to go on a long trip, and we're going to have lots of luggage and things in the back, including kids and a dog. And we need an extra place to store our luggage. So you can put one of those boxes that you buy on top of this. And the fact is, you cannot do that unless you have a roof rack. Now, some of your cars already have roof racks, and you don't need to watch this video. But if you don't have a roof rack, I'm going to tell you how to do that. So basically, this is the roof rack, and it wasn't on the car when I got it. And so I ordered a factory roof rack from Buick dealer, and it was about $199, $219 after tax. And basically the box comes just looking like this right here. So you can have several different roof racks. I got the factory one because it fit in nicely. But you can also buy an aftermarket one, and there are several good ones. But I think for me, the best natural fit was for the factory roof rack. So we're going to show you how to put this on. I'm going to take all this off, and we're going to show you how to put it back on from the beginning. I found that it was a little confusing, and I think the video will make it easier. The first thing you have to do, and this is actually one of the things that people found confusing on the internet, is that you have to be able to remove this chrome piece in the back. So this chrome cover here is really just a decorative thing, and it has to be removed so that you can slide the bars and things onto your roof rack. To remove it, there's a couple of ways. You can put a screwdriver covered with a little bit of cloth so you don't damage the chrome and the paint into this crack and try to flip it up. But basically what you have to do is grab on the inside. There's a little place to grab, and then pull up and backwards, and you'll find that it comes off. Now this I've taken off and put on several times, so it's easy. And you see that there's a little space here where these devices, come on in and take a look at this. These little pieces actually fit into there. So it can just go back like that. So again, this is very easy to do, but the first time you'll find it hard. But trust me, this is how it works. You put your hand on the inside, this way for this side, the other side you reach on the inside, and you pull up and back, and it comes. Well, there we go. There we go. See, it can be a little bit hard, but you want it to be firmly on there, but that's how you do it. Okay, now we'll go into how to slide in the rail, slide in the sliders into the rail. Okay, so here we are with the slider. This is called a slider, and you see that I've removed the chrome cap. So I've done this on each side, and now I have the slider. And the tricky thing about the slider is that there is a slight, well, there's a mark here of an arrow, and the arrow has to go forward. Okay, so the arrow goes forward, and these little metal clips that you put in, you have to put them in, and this goes on the same side. So the arrow's pointing here, and this is the sliding part. Okay, so you basically come up like this. Sorry about the basically. You come up like this, and you just slide the slider in. Sometimes there's a little bit of pinching here, and you just, fiddle with it, and you got the slider in. That's the main thing. So now this slider, there's one on this side, and I've already put in the slider on the other side. Now that you have those sliders in, you got to attach the crossbar. So I'm going to slide this up, and here's the crossbar right here. You'll notice that there's a little bump here, a little plastic piece, and on this crossbar, there's also a little bump. Well, naturally, they're going to fit together. And so you slide this over, and you go like that. And now you see that the crossbar has now fit into the slider, and it's starting to look like a rail or a cross rail. Now, I've already done that on the other side. And the next step, which is a really important step, is to attach the screw that will allow the cross rail to attach. And this is a little tricky. I actually messed it up the first time. The reason is that there are two different screws, and they look very much the same, don't they? They look the exact same. However, one is the correct one and one is not. One of the screws is going to go up here later. And so if I look at this screw and I put it in, you see how it goes in and it doesn't screw in? It's too big. It's too small, I should say. That's not the right screw. The one that's supposed to go in is the one that's bigger and goes in, has to be screwed in. So, again, we attach this cross rail to the slider, and then you take the correct screw, which is the one that doesn't belong here, and there's a hole right here, and you slide it in. The kit comes with an Allen wrench, and you just have to turn this and tighten it in. It just takes a little bit, and you have to get it pretty snug because obviously you don't want this coming off, and tighten it in. And you can even put in a few extra bits of turn here, and then you're in good shape. This is not going to come off. Now, I've already done this on the other side, and it's a little fiddly with this Allen wrench. If I had a, it's actually not an Allen wrench, it's more of a star wrench, a torque star wrench. But now that I've attached that, you see that it's not going to come off. Once you've done that, the next thing you have to do is put on the chrome cap for here. So let me show you what that looks like. Actually, the chrome cap is right up here. Again, I've already done this on the other side. The chrome cap, and here's another little tricky thing. You got one for this side, one for the other side. And you'll look at it and go, oh, if I want to match up this hole, this clearly doesn't fit. So it's obviously the other one. And you can just, sorry for the basically, slide it on. There you go. Now the screw that we told you about, the one that fits, you can see actually has to screw in. It shouldn't fall in. And this attaches the chrome cap, and you just screw that in. And again, you can just keep it pretty snug. It's not going to fall off probably. So just put it on and then give it a little extra turn here so it's snug. And believe it or not, you're almost done. So we have this chrome cap for the other side, which we'll do. But the last thing you got to do is take this twist knob. And this twist knob goes in the back right here. And this is what actually tightens it. So you turn this, and you know those metal pieces in there, they get caught up. You turn it, and now you see how it's moving. But once I tighten this twist knob really tight, it doesn't move. And now the other side I'm going to do, you see that? So it's very simple again. You attach, you put that on, you put on your device there, your nut, and then you put it on like that. You might want to give it a little extra turn, a couple turns, just to get it snug so it doesn't come off, but not super tight. And then you put on your twist torque, which, as you see, when it was loose, it moves. Now that I'm tightening it up really tight, and you'll want to do this before each time you load, it doesn't move. And now the finished product. You have a rail on there, it doesn't move, take a lot of load, and then to absolutely get your level of happiness, you go ahead and do this. Watch this, you put this on, and there you are, home improvement project finished. You've built rails, and pat yourself on the back because the dealer would have charged $75 to do this, and it only took me about 6 hours. I'm kidding. It only took me about, altogether about 2 hours to figure it all out, go get the stuff and do it. But, you know, it makes me feel good to save 75 bucks. And the idea that I know how it works. This is the home improvement dude saying, have fun, save money, and do it yourself.